Hey y'all, this is not going to be a detailed review at all. I came home after my internship, I ate dinner, and I fell asleep. And it is now currently 12:39 a.m. and I'm up, so I figured I might as well finally get this done. I'm only going to talk about the things that really caught my attention, and I'm only going to give my opinion on those things. This is probably going to be a very short review. I apologize, but one of the reasons why I'm up right now is because, well, I took a nap, I'm awake, and I technically have Tuesday off, so I'm going to knock this out real quick. Uh, this past episode was called Hot for Teacher, and I read something online that was really interesting. They should have already had an episode called that by now. Think about it, and I do agree. They should have already. Now, I don't even think that there is a main part of this past episode that really was the center of everything because there was just so much going on. I feel like the person that it was really centered around was, we'll say, Ezra and Shauna, because Shauna was actually, she's still in communication with Allison, and she finally gets Emily's help in order to get something for Allison that she needs out of her house because not Spencer. Yeah, well, Spencer has been lying to the girls because, she's been popping some pills. She's been staying up late trying to figure out what's going on with this whole Ezra boy short situation. And Emily and Hannah are outside her house and they see Shauna come out. And they're like, well, what the heck is going on? What's Miss Thing doing still talking to Allison's mom? And then Emily says something like, well, she grew up next to her grandma in Georgia. She's a family friend. And then Shauna actually goes to Emily's house and gets her help. Emily fabricates the story that she's lost something that belonged to her mom or belonged to a family member. And remember when she stayed in Allison's old room? Well, she went and got the poster that was in Allison's room down. She opened the back a little bit with something sharp. And there was an envelope in there with money. Allison is pretty much running low on cash. Money that she will need to hide out, to survive, to not be in the public eye. And Shauna got not really upset, but she got upset because Emily saw what was in there. And look, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to lie to my dead friend's mother to get back in her room to get something for her because she's still alive, I'm looking to see what it is. I don't care. I want to find out what exactly is it that this girl wants me to get. Anyways, then Shauna basically gets attacked. She gets into her car, then she screams. Again, Pretty Little Liars gets pretty repetitive. Do you guys remember when Mona got into her car and A was in the car with her, threw her out, and then tried to run the girls over, and then Emily messed her shoulder up? Do you guys remember that episode? Well, I feel like there's so many things in this series, in these seasons, that's just very, very repetitive. And are the books like that? For anyone who's ever read the books, are they like that? Because I can't help but sit here and think to myself, how can something be so successful but still keep using the same kind of themes? You get what I'm saying? I understand that now I'm rambling, but I understand that some writers have kind of the same general kind of plots because they know that's what works, but at the same time it's kind of like, can we get something a little bit different now? That's another reason why I'm getting kind of bored still with this season and with Pretty Little Liars in general. But back to what I was going to talk about. Okay, so Arya, she goes and spends time with Ezra in the cabin. Now, she was a bit hesitant, but she eventually did go. Ezra has surveillance pretty much everywhere. He lied to Arya, telling her that he doesn't have any chickpeas in the cabin in order to make a dish or whatever. And she says, oh, I'll just go to the next, town or wherever the supermarket's at, the grocery store, and I'll go get it. And he's like, oh, but it's an hour away. And she said, oh, it's okay. It's okay, I'll go. There were chickpeas in the cabinet. He goes to some area of the floor, pulls up a hidden door and a trap door on the floor, goes down to the basement of the cabin, And there is surveillance everywhere. He's spying on Arya. He's spying on the girls. He knows like all this stuff. Now again, there's more than one person doing all this because somebody is taking pictures of the girls and it's being sent to those computers and he can look at everything. Now, Spencer figures things out and she ends up going to Ezra's apartment. Hannah catches her at the door. Someone is taking photos of them there and it's getting sent back to Ezra. So that's how you know that there's more than one person doing all this tomfoolery. And, you know, luckily Spencer kind of saw the hidden camera that was in the vent across from Ezra's apartment because she was able to kind of distract Hannah and be like, you know what, you're right, let's leave. So now Ezra thinks, because he was watching all this go down, he thinks that, okay, so I'm in the clear, kind of. You know, he was like, good girl, Spencer, you walk away from this situation. Arya, like, I want to trust her, but at the same time, I'm starting to not. Like, I feel like it'd be very upsetting to the season and to the series if one of the girls ended up working for so-and-so. Like, to me, that kind of seems very unethical, but at the same time, it would shake things up a bit, but I don't think Arya, don't get me wrong, Arya, she kind of dumb for not seeing Ezra for what he is, but let's be real, y'all. What female hasn't been tricked by a guy? We're not going to get into that. But anyway, my point is that on this level, okay, she should be able to tell that something just is not right. And I want to know, I said this in my last video, what the heck happened to Jake? Is his foot okay? Did he get stitches? Did he go to the hospital? Did they fix him up? I want to know what happened. But, yeah, so those are kind of the main things I wanted to talk about. Shauna actually wakes up and there's like a sign in front of her. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what it said, but it freaked her out and it was in red paint. Basically, somebody's like warning her and stuff and everything. Allison tries to call her. Poor thing can't get to Shauna. And, hold up. Do they talk? They do talk. Sorry, guys. Boop. They do talk. And Allison is very upset. She couldn't get her money. She only has like just a little small amount of money in order to get a bus ticket to somewhere. Not entirely too sure. And then at the end of the episode, A has a bunch of prescription pads, kind of like what Ren had. And so like A can like write out prescriptions and get medications and all that stuff. So, yeah. I'm just to the point where I'm just ready for Ezra to get caught and to get exposed for what he truly is. I mentioned this in a video or two ago, but Jenna, some of y'all reminded me. She, the woman who plays Jenna, just had a baby, and that's why she's pretty much not on the show. But at the same time, you know, her character I felt like was like I kind of want to know now a little bit more about the situation, especially since Shauna is revealing that she's actually one of the girls' allies because she's trying to help Allie, and the girls want, well, at this point, Emily more than anything wants to help out Allie. All the other girls are like, you know. But, yeah, so Jason and his situation, again, where the heck is the boy? Detective Holbrook has been in the picture for a little while talking to Hannah. Hannah was so happy to get those shoes back, wasn't she? It was cute. She was like, yay, I feel like me again. And I was like, Hannah, you something else. But, yeah, Detective Holbrook, he's been in the, I don't think I've ever mentioned him in a review, which is kind of odd. But he's back, was helping, well, not really helping, but giving Hannah, like, advice and stuff and telling her to read certain books. And now Hannah's gone all Nancy Drew and everything. But Spencer's now gone more Nancy Drew than Hannah because she's really trying to figure out what all this means. And I'm really looking forward to the episode that's coming on later on today, technically, the whole black and white episode. I'm really looking forward to that. So, y'all take care. Sorry this was kind of discombobulated, but I will talk to you guys later in the next video. So see y'all later.